friends, and welcome back to the 2014 CIS Thunder Selects Holiday Classic right here on Bell Alliant Community One, the leader in local sports webcasting in Atlantic Canada. It's semi-final Monday from the Homburg Centre, and it's an all-Ontario matchup tonight. In our second semifinal, it's Toronto and Ottawa. In our first, it is the Brock Badgers and the Lakehead Thunderwolves, two teams from the Central Division of the OUA. Brock comes in 3-4, Lakehead 4-3. But first, we pause for O Canada. All right, so a stirring rendition of O Canada to get us started here. Again, these are the semifinals from the CIS Holiday Classic, and it is Brock and LU to get us started. Lakehead and the Badgers, and it's going to be a good one. Brock comes in 3-4 in the Central Division of the OUAA. They got here via an 86-67 win yesterday over the Dalhousie Tigers. There's Katie Harper. She was one of the differences yesterday. The fourth-year senior from Niagara Falls came in the third quarter and played outstanding after having to sit out most of the first half with an injury. Kayla Santilli from Brantford, Ontario, the fourth-year senior. There's Jenalyn Umall. She's the point guard. Another fourth-year senior. This is a senior group of Badgers here at the tournament for the second time. And again, playing in the semifinals, there's Missy Taddy. She's actually the leading scorer on this Brock team as the rookie from Ancaster, 14.6 points per game. And Becky Ralph, another fourth-year senior. She's from Ancaster as well, to round out your starting five for the Badgers. Head coach of the Badgers is C. Kunisvis, his sixth season with the Badgers. Jaleesa Williams, the CIS leading scorer, 30 points per game, 10 rebounds, 5 assists from Atlanta, Georgia. Corina Bruni, the former CCAA All-Canadian. Katie Ulakovic. There's Caitlin Andrea. And Blair McNaughton rounding out the starting five for Lakehead. She's a 5'10" second-year player from Kitchener, Ontario. So an all-Ontario battle. Again, two teams that are going to see each other next week. They got to do it again to start their regular season play. They're doing a doubleheader at Lakehead there in Thunder Bay. But for now, they're with us here in Halifax at the Homburg Centre. Our first semifinal. It does promise to be a good one. Harper and Caitlin Andrea will tip it off. The tip-off won by Lakehead. On the far side, there's Bruni. And our first touch for Williams. Up top to Ulakovic. And a three. for McNaughton. She continues her hot shooting. So Lakehead strikes first with a three-pointer from Blair McNaughton. Turned over. And here comes Bruni. Trying to get a bounce pass to Williams. McNaughton this time up top to Caitlin Andrews. She'll test her range, come up short. And it's ripped down by Katie Harper. Harper sets the screen for Umal. Now goes into the block. Back out to Becky Ralph. And here's Missy Taddy. Umal at the angle, defended by Bruni. Umal gets an angle and kicks out to Ralph for a long two. A long two for Becky. Far side, McNaughton at the elbow for Williams. Nice look for Andrew, and she'll finish inside for two. 5-2 for Lakehead. So as mentioned Williams, she can do a lot of different things, including the steals. And now out in transition. Loses the handle at the last second, though. The fifth-year senior from Atlanta. Missy Taddy fires a three off the side of the rim. And Williams comes back this way. On the block to Caitlin Andrea. Andrea comes free and finishes with the left hand. 4 points for Caitlin Andrea. A good start to this one. 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Umal on the block to Harper. And kicked back out to Becky Ralph. And she's going to miss everything. Will Becky. Lakehead yesterday defeated Mount Royal 92-48 to get here. And of course, as mentioned, Brock beat Dow 86-67. Try to get Andrea established on the block down there. That shot comes up heavy. There's Umal. Umal kicked out for Becky Ralph. That's a three for Becky. So Ralph with all 5 Brock points so far. Up top to Bruni. At the elbow. And there's Williams. Her first shot, a 15-footer, and it's true. 9-5 for Lakehead. 6:56 remaining here in the first quarter. Turned over. Williams again. No problem from 10 feet inside the lane. And a 6-point lead for Lakehead. 4 points for Williams. Umal misses for the three. And Williams will lead Lakehead. Pull up from the foul line. Gets hit and one. 3 for 3 is Williams. And she'll go to the line to try to complete the and one. 6 points so far. She got hit by Becky Ralph. So some separation in the early going here for the Thunderwolves. Seven points for Jalissa. There's Umal on the far side. Nice move by Harper, comes up heavy. Williams takes it away and has Ulakovic down the far side. Nice passing, finishing with McNaughton, and it's all Lakehead here in the early going, 16-5. McNaughton with 5 points. And one for Brock. Quickly answered there by Becky Ralph, and now Ralph has 7 points. And she'll go to the foul line. Still 6 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Lakehead's got 16 up on the board already. Ralph knocks it down. 8 points for Becky Ralph to lead all scores. Ulakovic up top. Williams at the angle. Going against Ralph. Bruni. Going to get a screen. Andrea can't finish in the lane. And on the near side, here comes Umal. 5.5 remaining. Umal. There's Santilli, our first look at Santilli. Ralph. She's got the hot hand, throws it up, and finishes. Becky Ralph. Now with all 10 points for Brock. Turning and facing is McNaughton. Andrea. Ulakovic for 3. That's heavy. And there's Becky Ralph to Umal and Santilli down the far side. Santilli will fire a 3 that comes up short. Rebounded by Williams. Knocked away by Becky Ralph. Another possession for Missy Taddy and the Badgers. Umal. Far side. Becky Ralph. Will hand off for Taddy. 8 seconds for the Badgers. Harper sets the screen and slips it. Santilli for 3. And here comes Brock now with a response. Get it down to a 1-possession game. 4:32 left in your first quarter. A long 2 that's down for McNaughton. And now McNaughton with 7 points. Umal. Defended by Bruni at the angle. Harper, good positioning down low. Can't finish with the left hand. Can't get her own rebound. Taken away by McNaughton. Williams avoids Santilli. And charges down the floor. Ulakovic gets it right back, and she'll get into a 3. Misses her second 3-point shot in as many attempts. And here comes Becky Ralph. 10 points. Missy Taddy, the Badgers' leading scorer. Just comes up short on the 3-point shot. 3:45 left. Ulakovic to Bruni. And misses the shot, but she will get fouled and go to the line. That's the second team foul on the Badgers. Well, we're due for a good one here at the tournament. We've seen some great basketball, but we've yet to have a close or a game come down to the wire. It was a close one yesterday between the Badgers and the Tigers before Brock pulled away late. Foul shot comes up short by Bruni. 3:41 remaining in the first quarter. Bruni misses both. Williams the rebound and misses the putback. Flying in was Bruni. Couldn't control. And it'll go back to the Badgers. 5-point lead for Lakehead. Santilli pressured by Williams. Turnover created. Bruni can't finish. Williams is there with another rebound and will finish for 2. And Williams now with 9 points. Back up to 7. The lead for Lakehead. There's our first look at Dana Howlett from Burlington, Ontario. A 3 for Umal. Umal. And now it's 2016. Two shots coming up here for Williams. That's the first foul on Sarah Pallett. She's on the floor as well, and so is Kira Cornelson, a second-year post player from Alamer. One of 2 for Williams. Badgers have the loose ball. And 10 points now for Jaleesa. A 3 for Pallett. That's heavy. Ripped away by Bruni, and she'll lead the Thunderwolves the other way. Looking for someone to bail her out there. Bridget O'Reilly, her first touch. Williams back to Bruni on the far side. She'll get a screen from August Ricketts. Up with the left hand. Ricketts couldn't get the carom. And cleared away by Alex Simons. She's in the game for Brock. Simons a second-year player. There's Cord Nelson. Splits a pair of Thunderwolves and finishes inside. Nice dexterity by the big post, and it's 21-18. Cord Nelson on the board. Back to a one-possession game. 16-5 to start, so this is a 13-5 run right now for Brock. Williams again. Man, oh man, that is smooth. 12 points for Jaleesa. And 23-18 the score. 15 on the shot clock for Brock. Rolling to the basket is Cord Nelson, surrounded as she gets fouled as she tried to get it out. Williams with 12 points already. Again, she averages 30 in OUA conference play. Umall will sub out, as will Williams. 90 seconds remaining. Jerica Baldwin into the game. Cord Nelson misses the long-range jumper. And Sulius. Nicely done on the run by Bridget O'Reilly, but couldn't finish. The rebound by Cord Nelson. And back this way comes Simons. Taddy up top. First-year player finds a lane and finishes for two. Nice quickness there for Taddy. And with 1 minute left, it is 23-20. Sulius, near side, Bridget O'Reilly gets it back off the screen from Ricketts. 8 seconds. They go down low to Ricketts. Can't finish the turnaround. Cord Nelson the rebound. And there comes Missy Taddy down the near side. Howlett. Front rims a three. Cord Nelson is there, and she'll get a foul on August Ricketts. It is on Ricketts. That's her second, so 2 fouls on Ricketts here in the early going. Brock has nearly come all the way back from that early run by Lakehead. Cord Nelson misses both. Ricketts a rebound, 35 seconds remaining. There's Jerica Baldwin. Swung around by Caitlin Andrea back in the game. Bridget O'Reilly misses a three, and Sarah Pallett, the first-year player from London, the rebound. Missy Taddy, the Ancaster native. Wide open look for the left-hander Simons. That doesn't go down. Cord Nelson lucky not to get back over. Turn off your shot clock. 13 seconds here for Lakehead. They don't need it. Push the ball down the floor with Sulius. 25-20. 3 seconds. And the pass doesn't get through to Cord Nelson. 1.1 seconds remaining for the Badgers. We're going to get a look with Howlett. Nope, blocked away. Caitlin Andrea says no dice to that shot. And that's the way we'll finish a very entertaining first quarter here. 25-20. Lakehead, they've led throughout. 25-20. Becky Ralph had 10 points in the early going to lead Brock, their first 10 points. Jalissa Williams had 12. And Blair McNaughton as well had 7 for the Thunderwolves of Lakehead. So a good start to this all OUA battle here on semifinal Monday. Contact information on the screen. B. McLean Sports on Twitter and community1sports@gmail.com. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, comments, feedback, opinions. Love to hear from everybody back there in Ontario or wherever you're watching this one. These are both teams made up of predominantly Ontario talent. Brock is all Ontario, every single player from the province, whereas Lakehead almost completely Ontario, except, of course, Williams from Atlanta, Georgia. They do have a local in Kylie Kuchta from Bedeck, Nova Scotia. Jerica Baldwin's from Ontario. They have a redshirt, Emily Lorette from Timberley. Lakehead also missing Essa Jacobson. She's a fourth-year player from Minnesota. So no Essa Jacobson in, and she's averaging 11 points and 8 rebounds per game. So they don't have one of their top post players in Jacobson here. So we'll see if that hurts the Thunderwolves. They've been on the cusp of the top 10 throughout the year. Hoping a strong tournament here might get them into that mix. They defeated Queens. They defeated McMaster. Again, these two teams will get right back to it next week in Thunder Bay when they play at Lakehead. We'll start our second quarter. The Thunderwolves and Badgers. And a three for Howlett. Or a long two for Dana. All right, back to it here. There's Ulakovic on the far side. Goes down low to Andrea. Up top to Baldwin. Near side, Jaleesa Williams for a long two. That's front rim. And into the hands of Missy Taddy. And Taddy circles around and now leads the charge. Simons weaves her way through the lane, finds a wide open Howlett. Howlett into the lane, throws up the shot with the right hand. Misses, and here comes Williams off the loose ball. Kicked out. And a jump shot missed by Baldwin. McNaughton the rebound. Baldwin gets it back. Lakehead will settle things down and get a three from McNaughton. That just rims out, but Andrea the rebound. Can't finish inside, and taken away by Cornelson. So teams slowing down just a little bit. Looked like they were going to get in the hundreds at the start. 8:45 remaining. Good rip through by Taddy. Can't finish with the left hand. And here comes Williams. A foul line jump shot for Jalissa that just comes up heavy. And Cornelson will clear. Here comes Missy Taddy. Taddy, a long distance three that comes up front rim. So rolling the dice there was Missy. Good push down the floor, and then it'll finish with a layup for Andrea. Nice pass there by Baldwin to Andrea, and she's got 6 points. 27-22. Cornelson, far side. There's a three for Pallett. Sarah Pallett for three, coming off of Dana Howlett's three. And 5 quick points in the quarter, or 6 quick points in the quarter here. Well, check that. That was a long two for Howlett. And then Pallett the three. 27-25 is your score. So, again, after that early separation there by Brock, they led 16, or Lakehead, they led 16-5. Brock has chipped away, and now it's just a 2-point game. So we're neck and neck now in our first semifinal of the night. Again, lots more to come. Our nightcap here on semifinal Monday is Toronto and Ottawa. The GGs and the Varsity Blues in our second semifinal. Cruising along here, too. Not a lot of fouls. No fouls so far in this quarter. 7:56 left in the second quarter. Here come the Thunderwolves. There's Williams. Ulakovic up top. Both teams in man-to-man. They get Williams down the block. And she can't finish, but will go to the line on the foul as Becky Ralph couldn't catch up. So a nicely designed play there by Lakehead. They'll get a foul on Becky Ralph. That's her second. So 2 on Becky. First one down for Williams. Give her 13 points now. 14 points for Jalisa. First look at Finley into the game. She'll set a screen for Ralph, come back to Finley, and she'll pop a three. Back rim. And weak side Karam picked up by Jerica Baldwin. Jerica. Quick rotation here by Lakehead. Now they have Williams down low on the block, and that is tough for Santilli. Great positioning for Williams. She makes no mistake, and she's got 16 points here in the first half. And now the turnover created by Williams. Gorgeous pass out in front. Caitlin Andrea made a run to the rim, but Katie Harper with the block shot. So a 6-point game, 7 minutes remaining. Actually, it's going to be a foul on Harper, and that's her second, so foul trouble for Katie. Again, you remember yesterday, Katie had to leave in the first half with what they thought might have been a concussion. She got a knock on the head, got back up, and couldn't keep her balance, had to leave for the first half. And then came back in the second half and had 11 points in the third quarter. Unbelievable performance by Katie Harper. That one rims out as well. And that really sparked Brock from there over Lakehead, or over Dalhousie. At the time, it was the Tigers led by 4 at half. Ulakovic. Up top to Williams. Caitlin Andrea. That's going to be another foul, and that might be Katie Harper. If that is, it's her third. No, it's on Finley. So right back to the foul line goes Andrea. Shot comes up just short. Andrea again gets that one down. Back up to a 7-point lead again. And now Andrea with 7 points. A little pressure from Lakehead. Umall. A pair of screens there. She'll take one from Finley. Kicked out to Santilli for 3. A nice shot by Kayla. And Santilli now with 6 points on the 2 threes. Tough shot by Caitlin Andrea. Gets it to go, 34-28. She's got 9. 6:20 left in the half. Good positioning for Katie Harper. Blocked by Andrea. Actually, another foul. Well, maybe a makeup call there for Katie. I think the other time she thought she had a clean block and was called for a foul, and now that looked kind of clean as well. But she'll go to the line and miss the first. One of 2 for Katie. 34-29. Sulius, Williams, McNaughton, and back up top, Jerica Baldwin. A 3 for Jerica Baldwin. And now an 8-point lead again. Umall just puts her head down to get to the foul line on that. 5:51 remaining. That's on Sulius. 3 team fouls on the Badgers, 2 on the Thunderwolves. Umall, first one down. Second one down for Umall. She's got 5. 37-31. Far side for Baldwin, who just hit that 3. Williams up, fakes, speeds her way through the lane, and she'll get a foul on the Badgers. Quick first step off the catch. That's on Santilli, That's her first, team foul number 4. Williams with 16 points here in the half, make it 17. $18 for Williams, and back to an 8-point lead at 39-31. 5:38 left in the second quarter. Finley to inbounds. She's got Becky Ralph on the far side. Ralph will clear, and Williams saw that pass the entire way. Creates a turnover to Sulius. Intended pass to Santilli. Baldwin. Doing very well here in the first half is Jerica. Second-year player from Brantford, Ontario. She'll go to the foul line. And now with 5:25 remaining in the second quarter, the Thunderwolves are in the bonus. They get the lead back up to double digits. Biggest lead so far was 16-5. And now at 10 on the 2 foul shots by Baldwin. .520 left. Far side, Umal. Dangerous territory for the Badgers, trailing by 10. Got to as close as 2. Finley does well to get her hands on that pass. Harper along 2, and she knocks it down. Good looking jump shot there for Harper. She's got 4 points. Back up top here, Baldwin. Williams, and there's McNaughton ripping to the left-hand side. Gets cut off by Finley. 2 on the shot clock. Williams launches along 2. Off the back iron, followed by Ricketts. But that will stay with or go back to the Badgers. McNaughton out. And Caitlin Zen checking in. Our first time seeing Caitlin. Along with Karina Bruni. Here comes Umal. 8-point game. Umal. Finley. And she'll go back to Umal, guarded there by Baldwin. Tough entry. Harper and Ricketts reaching around on it, and that's the 3rd foul on Ricketts. And just to follow up on that, too, 3 fouls on Blair McNaughton. So McNaughton with 3 and Ricketts with 3. Some foul trouble for key players for the Thunderwolves. Crossing over is Missy Taddy. Knocked away, and that will go back to the Thunderwolves. Just over 4 minutes left. Timeout on the floor. Dita Cornelson. Great to hear from Dita. Cheering on the Badgers. And Kira, all the way from Aylmer, Ontario. Go Badgers. Well, thank you to the Cornelson family reaching out on Twitter. Badgers are hanging tough. Trailed 16-5, got to within 27-25. Then it got back out to 10 points, and now they got it down to 8 again at 41-33. And the Badgers come in here 3-4 in that Ontario Central Division. Lakehead comes in 4-3. Contact information on your screen. To reach out to us, just so you know, either way, you got a good game tomorrow. If you lose today, you're going to play the St. Mary's Huskies. So that's pretty good. They've shuffled the deck a bit on for the 3rd day. So the loser gets a nationally ranked program, the St. Mary's Huskies. So that's a pretty good draw if you lose. And if you win, of course, you go to the championship game at 3 o'clock. So if you lose, you got the Huskies at 1 o'clock. Nice challenge there. And if you win, you're at 3 with the championship game. Those are Atlantic times, of course. 4 minutes remaining. Williams. Down for Lavoie. Good footwork by Lavoie in the finish. And 43-33. I've got 35 there for Brock, but 43-33 for Lakehead. They go back to Harper, trying to get her going. Kicked out. U-Mall up fakes. Space into the lane. Missy Taddy for 3. Just bounces off the front rim. And traveling on the rebound on Jillian Lavoie as she was pressured by Santilli and U-Mall. Another timeout. 10-point game. So just to mention again, I'll keep mentioning it for you so you know. If you lose this game, you get the Huskies at 1, and if you win, you're at 3 o'clock for Championship Tuesday. Back on the air tomorrow at 9 a.m. with Mount Royal versus the Acadia Axewomen. At 11 o'clock, we'll have our second game. That's going to be the Tigers versus the loser of semifinal 2. And again, of course, if you win this game, you get either Toronto or Ottawa. So again, Lakehead yesterday defeating Mount Royal 92-48 in our first game of the tournament. And then Brock 86-67 over Dalhousie. It was all Ontario yesterday, the 4 Ontario teams sweeping the quarterfinals. Santilli on the baseline inbounds. Fresh shot clock here for the Badgers. They go down to Harper. Harper and a pass that evades U-Mall and heads to the minor officials table. 3:17 left. And they'll come to Baldwin. Far side for Bruni. And an elbow jump shot for Williams. That's short. In on the rebound is Lavoie. Goes up with it, and that is going to be the 3rd foul on Katie Harper. So 3 fouls now on Harper. That's your first significant Brock foul trouble. Lavoie, the second-year player, local product from Thunder Bay, knocks down the first. Second one down. A little pressure there of the inbounds, but it'll stay with Brock. .45-33. The biggest lead of the game right now for Lakehead with 3 minutes remaining in the half. Jamal calls for the screen, keeps a dribble, knifes her way through the lane and finishes and one. Nicely done for U-Mall. And that foul on Ulakovic, who's back into the game. And now Lakehead a foul away from being in the penalty as well. So back to single digits, 45-36. 2:42 left. Brock in the penalty. And 14 fouls on Lakehead. Williams picks up that loose pass. Ulakovic up top, goes to her left. Guarded well by U-Mall. Williams up top with 8 seconds. She'll get a screen from Lavoie. And now picked up by Cord Nelson. Blows past to the rim, can't finish. And the rebound by Dana Howlett. U-Mall. Nelson wants to set a screen. Now she'll set one for Howlett and roll to the basket. Nelson can't finish off the nice play to the basket, but she will go to the line. Just over 2 minutes remaining. That foul on Lavoie, her first. And again, both teams now in the bonus. First foul shot missed by Nelson. Second one down. 45-37, 2 minutes remaining. Caitlin Zen back out, and onto the floor is Bridget O'Reilly. Ulakovic on the far side, Williams on the near, and up top is Bruni for the Thunderwolves. There's Bruni. Ulakovic on the block to Lavoie. A little turnaround off the back rim and taken away by Nelson. And a foul on Lakehead. Brock trying to get back into this thing from the foul line. Got it down to 8. Biggest lead of the game has been 12. Another front end miss here for Nelson. Misses the back end too, but good hustle by Simons, and she'll win the ball. Coach John Kreiner will go chase over there on the far side. Kreiner has Atlantic Canadian roots, of course, the former head coach of the St. Thomas Tommies women's basketball team. I believe it was Kreiner played for the UNB varsity Reds, maybe even back when they were the Red Raiders. 140. Umall. A three for Howlett that misses. Williams has the ball on the weak side and now charging down the middle of the floor. Near side for Bruni. Ulakovic at the angle. And again, Lavoie chases her own rebound, a battle with Nelson, and a jump ball that will go to the Thunderwolves. Williams, the inbounds, 24 seconds. Fresh shot clock here. Ulakovic up top. Down to Williams on the block. Distributes to Bruni. Back ends a three. And that looked like one off Nelson. It did. Just over a minute remaining. Our opening half. A high-scoring affair. It's been a good one. We're on pace for the 90s here, and a foul away from the ball there. On the inbounds play, I think it was Ulakovic who set an illegal screen for Williams. That's Ulakovic's second. Timeout on the floor. 1 minute remaining. An 8-point game. The Badgers clawing their way back into this in the late stages after falling behind 12 with about 3 minutes to go. Again, Toronto and Ottawa coming up at 8 o'clock in our second semifinal. 7 o'clock. It's been a long couple days of basketball. 7 o'clock Atlantic time is your start time for Toronto and Ottawa. Their second semi. Bill McLean here with producer Melissa Zwicker. Our third game of the day, we started off with Mount Royal and the Tigers defeating Mount Royal. And then we just finished up with the Huskies defeating Acadia. So 1:12 exactly left on the clock. And there's an inbounds for the Badgers from Dana Howlett. Here comes Umall. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Umall going against Bruni. Gets a screen from Cord Nelson. Navigates a shot in the lane that comes up empty. Cord Nelson got a hand on it, and it goes off of Lavoie. 8 seconds, though, on the shot clock. 56.2 in the half. Umall up top. Up fakes. Has to hurry here. 3 seconds. Cord Nelson and Simons are not going to get a shot off. Shot clock violation on the Badgers. Here comes Bruni. Far side, Sulius. Bruni. And there's Williams going against Umall. Quickly into the lane, and she'll get a foul. Just under 30 seconds remaining here in your first half. And it's the first foul on Umall. Rims out for Williams. 18 points for Jaleesa. Misses both. Howlett, the emphatic rebound. And here's Missy Taddy. Taddy, Cord Nelson. And Howlett, Simons, and Santilli. 10 on the shot clock, 14 on the quarter. Taddy crosses over. Santilli, 5 seconds. Up fake by Howlett. From the foul line, knocks it down. And it's down to a 6-point game. 1 second, and traveling on Bruni, so they won't get a shot off. And the Badgers have a half second. So a 6-point run right now by the Badgers. We'll see if they even bother. Santilli will heave. That won't count. Had it gone. 45-39. So again, a 6-point run by the Badgers to finish off the quarter to get it to a 6-point lead after the Thunderwolves had got it to 12. Lakehead led throughout. And the closest that Brock got once the Lakehead separated a bit was 27-25. I've got 18 points. These are very unofficial. I'll get some more stats for you soon. 18 points for Jaleesa Williams. 10 for Becky Ralph. Caitlin Andrea has 9. Blair McNaughton has 7. I think from what I've seen, Blair McNaughton is in foul trouble with 3. And also August Ricketts has 3. And Katie Harper has 3 for Brock. I'll verify that here in a minute when I go down and get the stats. But you're watching the 2014 Thunder Classic, or Thunder Selects CIS Holiday Classic right here on Bell Alliant, Community One, and AUS TV from the Homburg Center in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Don't go anywhere. An exciting second half coming up. It would have been a great game so far here on semifinal Monday from the Homburg Center. All right, stats coming up for you about 10 minutes. Contact information on the screen. Hope to hear from you. Talk to you soon. right, friends, welcome back to the Classic. We're about to start the second half of our first semifinal. It's a good one so far. Lakehead leading Lakehead leading Brock 45-39. Great to have you with us as we settle in here for semifinal Monday. Toronto and Ottawa still to come at 7 o'clock. And now, right now, Brock and Lakehead in a good one. Leading all scorers, as you might have figured, Jaleesa Williams. 18 points with 3 rebounds, 3 assists for Jaleesa on 6 of 9 shooting. Caitlin Andrea has 9 points. Blair McNaughton has 7. 2 points for Sulius. 5 for Jerica Balden. And Jillian Lavoie has 4 points as well. For the Badgers, Becky Ralph with 10 points on 4 of 5 shooting. Missy Taddy has 2. Umal has 8 points and 3 assists. 6 points for Santilli and 3 points for Katie Harper. 14 for 31 is Brock from the floor. 16 for 33 is Lakehead. 11 of 19 from the foul line is Lakehead. And 6 of 12 from the foul line is Brock. Lakehead out-rebounding the Badgers 25-23. 4 turnovers for Lakehead, 9 for the Badgers. Significant foul trouble. Katie Harper has 3. Becky Ralph has 3. For Brock, 3 for August Ricketts, 2 for Ulakovic, and 2 for Caitlin Andrea. And 2 for Jillian Lavoie for your foul trouble. So the Badgers, especially with 2 starters with 3 fouls, Ralph and Harper. Both back on the floor. There's Harper. As look like Lakehead opens up. Just looking at the stats there, look like Lakehead opens up with a 2-3 zone. Have to check that again next time down. All right, up top. And on the far side, Ulakovic. Near side, Bruni. And there's McNaughton. Shot that comes up just short for Bruni. And on the far side, there's Harper. So trying to get Harper going here again. 3 fouls for Katie. She had the explosive third quarter yesterday. A 3 for Umal that comes up short. That'll go back to the Thunderwolves. 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Bruni up top. There's her entry to McNaughton. McNaughton hands off to Williams. Elbow jump shot for Jalissa. Just rims out. Harper the rebound. And down the near side comes Santilli. Missy Taddy goes back door, but picked up by Ulakovic. Taddy dribbling around, gets it to Umal. Harper trying to get positioning down low. Umal for 3. So give the 3 to Umal. And a 1 possession game once again. A foul on the far side on the Badgers. That's the second one on Umal. So 11 points for Jenna. Melissa Williams, nice look. Caitlin Andrea can't finish in tight. Still a 3-point game. 8 minutes remaining. There's Santilli. Finds herself open for a 3 and knocks it down. 9 points for Santilli. And we are tied up at 45. So Brock has come all the way back and finally tied this up after trailing the entire game. 7:41. McNaughton. Heavy on the 3 and knocked away. They're going to say it's off Katie Harper. Baseline inbounds coming up. Williams muscles up a shot and she'll go to the foul line. And if that's on Harper, that's her fourth. It's either Harper or Umall. It's on Harper. So 4 fouls on Katie. It's been a struggle. And now they're going to have to bring somebody back in for Harper. It's going to be Cord Nelson. Couldn't get a sub in on time. Well, now they will, okay, with the made foul shot. 1 of 2 for Williams. Williams now with 19. So there's your first foul trouble of the second half. Katie Harper with 4. Umall at the angle. Looking to get a screen on Bruni from Cord Nelson. Kicked out for Becky Ralph. That's down for Becky. 13 points now for Ralph. And Brock has their first lead of the game, 48-46. Weak side rebound by Santilli. And she'll look to push. Williams comes over. Just get it over the timeline. No back over, but now pass deflected. Williams, a one-person press there. Bruni can't finish. Williams comes in. That might be a foul on Williams over the back of Umall. The one-man press attack there by Jaleesa Williams. She does get her first foul on the missed shot by Bruni. 48-46. Remember, it was 45-33. Nice backdoor cut. Umall can't finish. She does finish. It just rolls in for her. And now it's a 4-point lead. And just to finish that thought, this is a 17-1 run. Now Williams scores. 21 points for Williams. But remember that, a 17-1 run in the latter stages of the second quarter and now into the third. But now with the basket by Williams, it's 17-3. And a 2-point lead for the Badgers. And that's the fourth on Becky Ralph. Wow. So 4 on Katie Harper, 4 on Becky Ralph. Now the Badgers are in a lot of trouble. Pallett will take the place of Ralph, and Andrea will lay it in for 2. Tied at 50. 6 minutes left. Santilli trying to back down Williams. Gets Taddy up top. Umall, good position for Cord Nelson. Finishes for 2. Nicely done. 10-footer in the lane. 52-50. A 3 for Sulius that goes off the top of the backboard. Cord Nelson has the carom. Halfway through the third quarter. Good take. Blocked by Andrea. Hard-charging Pallett turned away, and now here comes Williams. Sulius, she'll get a block on Cord Nelson, or a foul on Cord Nelson. So 5:28 remaining. That's the first foul on Cord Nelson. Sulius knocks down the first. That's a good 8-second count there before Sulius takes her time on the foul line, that's for sure. 5:22. 52-51. Sulius gets 1 out of 2. Umall to Taddy. An awkward 3 that goes for Taddy. Didn't look like she had her feet set. But launches the 3, and it goes for Missy. And now she has 5 points. And Brock, another 4-point lead. This is their biggest lead of the game. So again, going all the way back, right now you're looking at a 22-6 run from about, let's say, 3 minutes left in the second quarter to now for the Badgers. Harper has 4 fouls. Ralph has 4. 9 points for Santilli. 11 for Umall. Williams, 21. And no real foul trouble for Lakehead except August Ricketts, who has 3. So this is turning into a very interesting half for Brock. They made the charge, and they have the lead. But significant players in foul trouble here. So 55-51. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 14 fouls on the Badgers and just 1 on the Thunderwolves. So just final confirmation on your schedule tomorrow. If you win, you will play in the 3 o'clock championship game, obviously, against the winner of Toronto and Ottawa. If you lose, you'll play the Huskies at 1 o'clock. Basically done that, a little shuffle just to make sure that, Ontario teams and AUS teams aren't seeing too much of each other. They see enough of each other during the regular season. There's Cord Nelson. That skip pass goes off the basket. And back this way will come Williams. Get yourself a foul line. Jump shot for 2. So Williams 23 points, a 2-point game, and now the turnover. Williams gets the return pass, fires up a 15-footer that comes up short. Streaking down the floor is Taddy for 2. Missy leaked out. And I'll give Taddy 7 points. So the Badgers trying to keep this lead. They're going to have to wait till probably midway through the fourth quarter before they can get Becky Ralph and Katie Harper back out there. Now they got a turnover and a 2-on-1. Long 2 for Missy Taddy, and she has really turned it on. 9 points, inside, outside. Badgers have the biggest lead of the game. Williams down low for 2. Jaleesa has 25. Back and forth they go. A 4-point game. Umall. Pallet. Good position for Nelson, or Cord Nelson, sorry. And the shot, I think Caitlin Andrea got a piece of that. On the far side, there's Baldwin. Baldwin picks up her dribble, 6 seconds left. McNaughton to Williams. The foul line jumper heavy. And Simons the rebound on the far side. Gets it to Missy Taddy. This is a first-year player, Taddy, with this veteran group of Badgers. Misses the left-hand shot. And quickly back this way comes Sulius. She'll retreat and wait for teammates. Back up to Baldwin. She played very well in the first half. McNaughton. Haven't seen much of McNaughton since she had that early 7 points. She's had the foul trouble as well. 2:40 remaining. Cord Nelson. Umall, the step back 3. It looked like it was going to go down. Just rims and spins out. Sulius, McNaughton, Williams, and full reversal to the far side. Back up top to Sulius. McNaughton, pass just taken away from Umall there by Umall. And with over 2 minutes left, she'll lead the Badgers down the floor. Catch and shoot for a Howlett. It goes off the backboard. And taken away by Baldwin. Near sideline comes Sulius. Tough pass for Williams. Pallet saw it the whole way. And then Williams will get the foul. And Williams talking to Sulius there. That pass was pretty evident. And easily picked off there by Pallet. Ulakovic back in the game. Bridget O'Reilly, and timeout on the floor. So 59-55, Brock leading the Thunderwolves. I got 57 there, sorry. 59-55, there you go. And contact information on the screen. Thanks everybody who's reached out so far. Hope you're enjoying back there in Ontario. I might have to check in on the webcast of when these two teams play again. The second weekend in January to check that out. Great battle here in this one. Again, Lakehead missing one of their key players, Essa Jacobson. As we come down the stretch, both teams fairly average from the foul line as a team. Lakehead shoots 65% as a team, and Brock shoots 63%. Pretty much seeing what we expected so far in terms of percentages. Brock really builds himself from that three-point line, 32% from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Lakehead only shoots 20% from beyond the arc. .157 left in the third quarter. Taddy, Simons, and Lakehead showing a 2-3 zone. Pass turned over. Ulakovic in transition. Can't finish. Gets her own miss. And surrounded by Badgers, and she will be called for the 3 seconds. So coming out of the timeout, Lakehead goes to the zone. See if that was just a show. Soft 2-2-1. Over the hands of Finley, and now surrounded. Lucky not to travel there. She was bobbling it. Taddy misfires on the 3. Ricketts over there to get it for Lakehead. She's out there playing with the 3 fouls. Turns it over. Taddy has it. Nice pass down low for Simons. And it's a 6-point game. Nicely done by Simons to get herself positioned and make that layup and underneath the basket. Good awareness. Ricketts misses wildly, and the Badgers slowly but surely seizing control here. Still just 6 points. This is their biggest lead of the game. Simons. Little baseline pass here for Finley. Yes, sir. An 8-point lead. Finley knocking it down, and everything working right now for the Badgers. 63-55. A 30-10 run since Lakehead led 45-33. There's a jumper for Caitlin Zen. Back to 6. Turn your shot clock off. 14 seconds left on the quarter. Gonna get a high screen from Finley. Santilli uses it, gets to the basket, just rims out for her, and Caitlin Zen will give it a heave over there with Baldwin, but that'll do it for the third quarter. And that was Brock picking up where they left off in the closing minutes of the second quarter and getting out to their biggest lead at 8 points, 63-55, and now leading 63-57. So again, if you're with us tomorrow, if you lose this game, remember you're with us tomorrow at 1 o'clock with the Huskies. And if you win, you are playing the championship game, of course, at 3. So lose, and you get the nationally ranked Huskies at 1 o'clock. Win, and we'll see you at 3. Not a bad choice there either way. You either play the championship game against the winner of Toronto or Ottawa, or you get the nationally ranked Huskies. Again, Toronto and Ottawa coming up at 7 o'clock. And on the air tomorrow at 9 with Mount Royal and Acadia. Good crowd here considering no AUS schools are playing. You can't really see the crowd because the camera's on the near side where most of the crowd is. You know, over there on the far side by the scores table. That's the far side away from the entrance. Here at the Homburg Center, the near side bleachers are attached to the concourse from the entryway. So people will generally walk right into the facility and quickly grab a seat here on the near side. But a good crowd of basketball fans checking out this great Ontario battle in the south end of Halifax. It's great to have you with us. And let's go with our fourth quarter. A 6-point lead for the Badgers. There is Williams, 25 points, make it 27 on the tough shot in the lane. So 63-59. There's Taddy. And that three by Santilli comes up short. Rebound by Finley. Turns it over to Bruni, and traveling, though, is Bruni. So Brock will keep possession. 9:29 remaining. Umall up top. Lakehead stays in that 2-3 zone. I'll check that third man, as Williams was playing way on the ball side. That'll go back to the Thunderwolves. Ulakovic. Here comes Bruni. Williams approaching her season average in OUA conference play of 30, and knocking it down is Caitlin Andrea. So here come the Thunderwolves. Turnover on the pressure. Mid-range shot for Bruni that goes down off the backboard. A 6-point run to begin the fourth quarter. And now how long do you wait if you're Brock before you get Harper and Becky Ralph out there, especially right now? This full court pressure really hurting them. Both have 4 fouls. A little confusion there. Caitlin Andrea wasn't expecting it. Jalissa William wanted it on the block. They go the other way with Ulakovic and Ricketts. Now they'll see if they can get Williams. They do. She finds the open Caitlin Andrea. Knocks it down. Andrea. An 8-point run for LU. Andrea now with 13 points. Santilli. And now momentum has completely shifted to the Thunderwolves. Trailing by 2, or leading by 2. And there's Williams to the basket, make it a 4-point lead. No timeout yet from the Badgers. This is a 10-point run here in the fourth quarter. 7:35 left. Pallet. Back up top to Finley. Umall. Crosses over into the lane. A gorgeous drive by Umall. Can't get the basket, but she will go to the foul line. .727. First one down for Umall. .720 left. Up top is Williams. 29 points now. Ulakovic front rims the 3. Ricketts can't get the follow. And Finley clears. Santilli just misses the 3. Another rebound for Williams. She'll push the pace. Surrounded in the lane, wrapped up. That was a good job of Brock players Finley and Umall recognizing that Williams was going to try to want to get to the basket on that, and quickly surrounded her as she tried to come back to her left. .654. Coming back in is Jillian Lavoie for August Ricketts. And on the floor again is Dana Howlett, a big third-year guard out of Burlington. Becky Ralph is back in the game. So there's your first 4 foul player for Brock back on. It's Ralph. Umal gets to the basket. Can't finish, but she is fouled. That's the 3rd foul on Lavoie. That's down for Umal. So 67-66. Sorry, I missed a point there. Umal with 14 points. 1-point game, 6.5 left. Williams, pass Howlett. And she'll go to the line. Foul on Erin Finley. That's her 2nd. First foul shot down for Williams, and she's at her average. 30 points. (31) Back to a 3-point game for the Thunderbolts. Push down quickly for Ralph. She's got it, but then still she was kind of off balance as she made that pass, and coach just sounded to relax a little bit. Probably should have waited an extra second before heaving that one. All right, so Katie Harper back in. We haven't seen her since about 8 minutes left in the third with those 4 fouls. So Ralph and Harper back in. 6 minutes left. And a 3 for Bruni. Back up to a 2-possession game. 72-66. Near side, Becky Ralph. Umal, guarded by Williams. Coming through the lane is Harper. Trying to get herself going again after the long sit. The 3 missed badly by Howlett. Ulakovic down the far side. And knocked out of bounds by Umal. 5:40. Williams misses. A rare miss for Jaleesa with that good positioning down low. But it'll stay with Brock. So this is a 17-3 run right now. Wow, what a game of runs. This is Lakehead on a 17-3 run over Brock. And that's going to be traveling, as Lavoie couldn't get the puppies organized on the catch. 72-66. So a 30-10 run for Brock, now a 17-3 run for Lakehead. A 6-point game, and there's the 3 for Howlett. And she's got it. Much better for Dana. A 3-point game. Five minutes left in the ball game. Far side. Caitlin Andrea, and that's much better for Lavoie. Knocks down the jumper. 74-69. Umal. Near side, Becky Ralph. She had the first 10 points for the Badgers back in the first quarter. 7 seconds for Umal. Finds Ralph. Ralph tries to drive baseline, but stepped on the sideline with her back heel. .437 left. Still a 5-point game. Taddy back in the game for the Badgers. She had an explosive third quarter. It's 11 points for the game. Baldwin, Ulakovic. Andrea comes up just short. Harper the rebound. Here comes Umal. Push quickly to Taddy. Umal back up top. Harper wants it down low. Taddy will fire a 3. That missed. From your angle, might have looked like it went through, but was on line, but came up underneath the rim. Still a 5-point game, 4 minutes left. Baldwin gets past Taddy. Tough catch for Andrea, but she's got it. Far side, Ulakovic. Caitlin Zen, 5 seconds. Ricketts, the 10-footer, rims out. And what's the call here? Back to the Badgers. They're trying to get Jaleesa Williams some time. She's on the bench. Now we got a timeout. The Badgers call timeout. We'll see if Lakehead comes back with Williams. I think they are. She's over there, and that's 5 on the bench getting instruction from Coach Kreiner. So 74-69. 2 team fouls on the Thunderwolves and 1 on the Badgers. So both teams still with fouls to give. Toronto and Ottawa coming up at 7. That's a 7 o'clock scheduled start. But it will basically be 20 minutes after this one ends. Start of the day with the Tigers defeating Mount Royal and the Huskies defeating Acadia. Those are your consolation semis, and now here in the championship semis, a good one. Back and forth they've gone, both teams going on runs that would normally put away teams, but still a 5-point game. A 3 for Howlett. She's got it. So out of the timeout, Howlett knocks down another 3, and it's a 2-point game. Ten points for Howlett. Williams, the elbow jumper. 76-72. 33 points for Williams. Back in after a quick break. Becky Ralph, she's got 4 fouls. Harper has 4, if you recall. No significant foul trouble for Lakehead. And in a 2-3 zone here again are the Thunderwolves. 2 on the shot clock. Umal's got to heave it. She will. Gets it off. And that's not going to count. Never touched the basket. So a shot clock violation. Harper was there. Substitution coming in. We're going to see Bridget O'Reilly come back in for Lakehead. So O'Reilly back in. Here's Baldwin. Pressured by Taddy. Hands off to Williams. Up top to Ulakovic. O'Reilly on the far side. Ulakovic into the lane. The left hand. And 1. Ulakovic finishes and will go to the line. One of those calls where the baseline official and the near side official both saw it and had a call, and they both had it exactly the same way. 2:31. That one just missing off the back iron. A 6-point game. Well, they brought out some good officials. They're all good here in Halifax. Some of the best officials you'll find, but these 3, some of the best you'll find. They do the CIS championships when they're here, the AUS championships every year at the Metro Center, now the Scotiabank Center. Also do the local Halifax Rainman games. So a good group of officials down on the floor for this one, and they've called a great game. This one has gone very nicely. Umal at the foul line. That's the 3rd foul on Jaleesa Williams. So a little trouble there for Jaleesa. She's got 3. Umal knocks down her first. 2 for Umall. 78-74. And here comes Lakehead. Baldwin again to the angle for Williams. Ulakovic up top. And then once again O'Reilly on the far side. This time they'll skip to Baldwin. Sweeps through, gets to Ulakovic. 7 seconds. O'Reilly trying to find Williams. O'Reilly will take a 3 and knocks it down. Great shot by O'Reilly. Couldn't come at a bigger time for Lakehead. That gets it to 7. One of their biggest leads of the game now with minute 42 left. Turnover, and this one's starting to look blue and white. The Thunderwolves leading by 7 with 90 seconds remaining. 10 on the shot clock. There's O'Reilly who just hit that big 3. On the block for Caitlin Andrea. Turnaround, comes up front. Katie Harper. And foul on the rebound on Baldwin. And now 4 points or 4 fouls here on Lakehead, so they're 1 away from being in the penalty. The Badgers, they may have to start. They got 3 fouls to give. Ralph gets off a long 2, off the front rim. And Williams will take over with just over a minute left, and the 7-point lead still restored here for the Thunderwolves. Far side, Caitlin Andrea. Williams pops out. Ulakovic. And good position down here for Andrea. She'll turn and shoot. Misses. Shot clock violation. They'll play. They got to push it. Badgers got to hurry. Down 7, 40 seconds left. They'll quickly go down to Harper. Double team comes. No foul. And O'Reilly has it, and that is just going to about do it. And the Badgers not fouling either. Well, definitely a situation where obviously you always want to play in a championship game, but either way you're doing well with this scenario. If you're Lakehead, you're going to play in the championship game tomorrow at 3. The Badgers will get to play the Huskies, and of course, a lot of teams that come here want to play that Huskies team, especially when they're nationally ranked like they are right now at number 3 in the country. The Lakehead Thunderwolves are off the championship Tuesday. The Brock Badgers will play the Huskies on an 81-74 win. Great recovery there by Lakehead after the Badgers went on a 30-10 run. But Brock responded with a run of their own. 26-11 to finish out the game for Lakehead. And they'll get the 7-point win and get ready for Championship Tuesday tomorrow at 3 o'clock. All right, so we got to get ready for our second semifinal. For you Badgers fans, we will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock Atlantic time. So that's 1 o'clock Atlantic for the Badgers. And for you Thunderwolves fans, we'll see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So tomorrow at 3 o'clock for you Thunderwolves fans, and Badgers fans tomorrow versus the Huskies at 1 o'clock. And right now, everyone just kind of paused. They're just taking a look at Jaleesa Williams down there. I'm not sure what happened to Jaleesa. Got a bit of a hobble. Jetta Umall, the player of the game for the Badgers. So we'll take a look at Williams. Caitlin Andrea, the player of the game for the winners, the Lakehead Thunderwolves. All right, so 20 minutes are on the board. We got to start getting ready here for Ottawa and Toronto. You've been watching a presentation of Bell Alliant Community One of the 2014 CIS Holiday Classic right here from the Hollenberg Center in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Don't go anywhere. More semifinal action to come. It's the Varsity Blues and the GGs here on AUS TV.